So this is going to be a video on snaking fundamentals and how to perform them and what it looks like. I'm actually going to choose Fat Shark this for just this basic demo. Even though normally you'd be using custom machines, Fat Shark is good at snaking. So what does the most basic form of snaking look like? Okay, so that was one lap just snaking normally. And if you're familiar with GX, you'll notice a lot of things went wrong there. And that's not the proper forms of snaking. So let's go in to do another lap, adding the proper techniques. Now I'm going to be adding a technique called momentum throttle, and that's abbreviated as MT. And what that is just you let off the gas. So why would you let off the gas? I'll show you right up here. So if you can see, where normally in the first demonstration I lost a lot of speed around that curve, and now when I let off the gas, it just essentially slowly decelerates you. And that's because the track is actually curved in a certain way where snaking loses its speed. So let me just demonstrate how this oval is curved and where you lose snaking speed. So normally you just gain rapid speed here, but once you start going into curves, you start dropping your speed. Because snaking cannot actually go over curves. But if your gas is off, it kind of negates the deceleration from those curves and just lets you slowly decelerate. Now let's use a custom machine, Omega Condor, and let's see what other variables affect snaking. So now I'm going to snake into this jump pad and see what happens. Okay, that's with the gas on. That felt a little like there was a slowdown when I hit the jump pad though. So let's see what happens when I release the gas. You can see a huge difference there. So objects such as the jump pad, you will also want to be in the empty state, and the collision with the jump pad is much different when you hit it with the gas off, and also you hold more speed. And you can see also with the landing, when you land with the gas on, you lose more speed instantly, and as I kept my gas off, then I still held that speed I had from originally snaking into the jump pad. So let's go into this next part of Multiplex and see what I have to do there. And I lost all my speed, so that has the same effects as Sonic Oval. So let's see how I'm going to get around that. That's much better. So what I did there is actually not just releasing the gas, I also kind of did MTS, which is the technique of just kind of drifting with the gas off. So around that corner, that's how you do it, and you snap back into place and then resume your snaking. Let's go into the next part of Multiplex, which is the big drop. So I'll be using all the techniques to get there. And your machine just gets destroyed by all the curves of the track. So now I'm going to use the MT technique over the big drop. You can see a huge difference there. So when going over not just curves, it's also the upward angles. Basically anything that isn't a flat plane, that's where the MT technique is going to come into play. So now there's one additional technique I want to add to the drop. I'll play this how I normally would. So there I added a boost before dropping. So why you would want to boost that instant release the gas. So how that works is you actually gain boost effects. So you're still in a boost state, and then you release the gas. So it holds onto your speed even better, and you get the effects of a boost state. So let's progress through this course and see what else needs to be done. I'm going to play this out, implementing everything we've gone over. Everything's fluid. Well, I came into a difficult section there. So I lost all my speed because I really wasn't snaking efficiently. I was just trying to get through that chicane. And I got through it, but I kind of lost the snaking motion, and I was kind of just steering through it. You can see how much speed you lost there. So let's see how you would actually approach that section. Now let's see if I could go through that next section at full speed and finish out the course. So that's how you do it. You need a good snaking line to go through that chicane. So you need to be lined up properly so you don't have to slowly wiggle through it. And then the rest of the course is the other hazards we've gone over before. It has that up curve leading into that zipper alley. So you release the gas before going up there. Then you can snake normally. And really then you just try to keep those good lines going through all the zippers. And at the end, you release A again, going up the upslope. And then you can see at the very end there, I did the MTS into the rail slide there to finish the course with extra speed. Now let's take a look at what the world record is on Multiplex. From the battle stream play. 3, 2, 1. 111 on multiplex snaking. So, man, Battlestream is the best snaker, and really to get sub 120 here is what kind of the higher level snakers are capable of doing. And Battlestream is just perfected snaking to, you know, a level that no one else can reach at this point. Now let's jump over into a different course, Casino Palace Split Oval, and see what I need to do here. So somewhat decent. Let's see if I can get a better lap. Not a better lap. You can see kind of what happened there to me. So the third lap, I kind of just, my strides were kind of just falling apart. They were a little weaker. They weren't measured. So through the last section there, I just wasn't snaking efficiently. I was a little off pattern, so I wasn't hitting the zippers in a line. Really, when you're snaking through a course like this, you should be measured to, like, every stride should mean something. So if you're striding right, it should be going into like the zipper. Then you should know how far you need to go left and right back again to hit the next zipper. So I was just, I wasn't fully measured. My strides just were kind of weak, and you know, that's how it ends up. That's why, you know, obviously it takes a ton of runs to get to finish, really, to get a run you want. And that's kind of, I had some mediocre laps there where I was hitting most things, but not the best I could. Then third lap just kind of fell apart. Now let's take a look at Battlestream playing Casino Palace Split Oval and see what he can do here.
3, 2, 1, go! Impressive new record.
So that's pretty close to the human limit of perfection right there. And that's what snaking's capable of, or at least what Battlestream is capable of. It's really difficult to do a run like this. It's and this is where the kind of the intensity of snaking catches up with your hands. As you can see how I was snaking this course. If you just play and keep playing over and over and doing these runs, especially when you reach that narrow point where you're doing a more rapid and hard direction shifts, you know, that's where it starts. You really get it physically wears you out. It's just like constant reps, you know, think of it that way, and eventually, you know, you just need your hands to rest. So that's how intense snaking can get, and they're just where you have to rapidly press buttons, not so casual as Mute City, and there's no real rest points. Even like a multiplex, there's some like rest points for your hands. There's like parts where you're just gliding straight or not doing such harsh movements. But on a course like this, you know, every second is like high intensity. And there's a topic I kind of want to emphasize more is snaking lines and how important they are to get the highest speed possible. So this is a good course highlighting that, and I'll show where the moments happen.
3, 2, 1, go!
So right there, when you do that, going off the drop there, and you go into the MT with the gas off, you want the highest speed possible. So let's look at that again. You're going to want your snaking lines to measure up to get the hardest stride possible to reach the zipper. So now he's at 2,500, and then that's kind of the speed all the way down. So if you were snaking and you just reached like, 1,600 first 2,500, because your strides were weak, it's a significant difference, and there's a lot of time, and that adds up afterwards. So it'll happen more during this course. Kind of right there. Then right there, he actually went into MT state to do some snaking, and you actually maintain higher speed while snaking in MT state. So let's go just watch that again. So he's getting the hardest stride possible along this bend to reach the highest speed. Now he's up at 2,400, and he's going to go into the snaking into MT state. And if you have a lower speed, then because that part is uneven, now you're just going to be snaking at like 1,300 or some slower speed. So reaching the highest speed possible before these parts where you had to go into empty state is really significant. Not because he's battle stream, he's going to do some higher tech stuff like that. Shift boost off the drop. And there's the sub 1 on Sand Ocean Surface Slide. So you can see it got more complex during the boost lap. He was able to do higher tech maneuvers, getting shift boosts before the drop to maintain that speed throughout the full drop in MT state. So that's some higher tech stuff you could do. But on the openers, kind of really highlights what I was talking about in snaking lines. If you have weak snaking lines, your MT state is going to be slow, and that's where you're going to lose most of your speed over those parts of the courses where you can't regularly snake. So that pretty much covers the basics and some higher tech stuff. You can see on the Sand Ocean there, he was doing that on the boost laps. The boost before the drop, he was actually getting a shift boost before the drop to get even more speed. And that's what he was actually doing on Multiplex too. So he wasn't just going over the drop in a boost MT state. He was actually getting a shift boost into boost and MT state. So it's just like a combination of like his speed and technique is so perfected. He's getting everything. And each course offers something unique. I covered, some of the basic courses, but you can even snake a long pipe. It's not fun to do, but you can snake in a certain way in that course where you can still maintain speed. It's really difficult and awkward. And just all these courses have something to offer. You can still snake the cylinder knot in a way. You just have to go around the curvature in the track in a certain way. And there's just some other techniques, like there's Big Blue Drift Highway. You're using a lighter weight machine that has a higher velocity MTS, and you can get shift boost that way. So each track really does offer something unique, and you get to snake it in a certain way. And they're all really complicated. Like you could be really good at one course, but just like not be able to snake a different course just because it requires completely different set of skills. So, and this is Battlestream has the world record sweep on all the courses. So, these are the runs to check out. He's the best, and these are some of my favorite, pretty much my favorite runs in any video game ever to watch. Like everything he does is so well done. Especially like, I like snaking myself. To watch someone perfect at this level is just really entertaining to watch.